So we're just gonna sit here live with no intro. All right, here we are, live on Mick motherfucking Mondays. We got a very, very special guest tonight, man. Please introduce yourself and spare nothing.
Who's the special guest?
Be you, my friend.
Oh, I got an alter ego. So I am Chris RC Ricci, but some people call me Chris, some people call me RC because I got two profiles and nickname is RC.
Yo,
you like my hat?
That's a sick hat, man. Tell me about. You said you just found it in your junk drawer, did you?
Junk drawer. I probably bought it. I don't even know where I got it, but it's like I'm going on the internet. Find a hat quick.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah, no, that's a sweet tooth, man. So, how was your weekend, by the way? You guys have a good weekend up there, man? Or I know you did a lot of work and stuff while you're up there, but
we got a piece of land up northern Ontario, about 4.5 hours north of me. I'm in Barrie, so it's like raw land. So we're just up there planning out where we're going to put a cabin and stuff. So, chopping trees and slushing through the mud because there's still snow up there and ice, right? So it's hard work, but it's really, really, really mentally exhilarating.
Oh, no doubt. Well, you can see the end vision while you're there working and chopping.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we got our plans where we're going to put the cabin, and we're about 100 feet from the lake. So once we get the trail down to the bottom and stuff, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. We got grandkids and stuff. So, the whole family thing, right?
Oh, that's excellent. Excellent. I've been kind of looking for land. I'll probably be ready in the next year or two. I at least want 5 acres, build a little wee shack that I can stay in and stuff. A little stage maybe and have performances done on, and we'll see.
We have a gravel pit because this used to be logged. So we have a gravel pit. It's about 3 kilometers diameter, and it's got a flat bottom. So we've all got our trailers in there, and we'll use that as our staging. And then we go up and walk up through the roads to our land. So they've talked about some concerts and stuff in the summertime. So hey, we'll build a stage. Plenty of wood. We just need generators for power, and we can make as much noise as we want because we're 60 feet below ground, right?
Yeah. No, that's fucked pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, so there is some talk about that, and then of course they're like, "You're gonna do Gene Simmons?" I'm like, "No, I'm not putting that on up here with mosquitoes and black flies. Like, no, it's not happening." So
yeah, I'm wearing a fucking mosquito outfit, the bug hat and everything, right?
Fucking hazmat suit for me, man. They love me too much.
Oh yeah, I'm the same.
Full hazmat, full shield. Fucking walking around with bug sprayers like this, just constant, because they fucking they don't bother anybody else.
No, instead of fog misters on stage, you can have it shooting off out. Fucking.
I need like a Rammstein flamethrower that just fucking revolves around. I just walk and it's there. I'm good. Just torch everything.
Clearly, I walked in at the right time.
Flamethrowers, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, killing mosquitoes and black flies. Loving it.
Did you guys know that Elon Musk came out with a flamethrower called Not a Flamethrower?
Yes.
Yeah. And he only called it that so he could market it to the public?
Yeah. I want one.
I know.
So do I. But you can't buy them anymore. They were $5.99 when they were originally marketed, and they were like American. A limited edition thing. They only marketed for a little while.
I should have got in. I saw them. I never got in, but I should have.
Yeah.
Me too.
I didn't think it was for real at first. I was like, no way. You know?
Yeah, pretty crazy, eh?
Well, he's doing internet up there. Bugs, raw land up north, hard work, cutting trees down, chainsaws, sharp stuff.
Sharp stuff? I'm in for sharp stuff.
There's fucking bears.
Not so much bears. One of my ex-husband's father's cousins fought a bear in Newfoundland when he was in his 30s, and he won. And there's actual video of it happening.
What the hell what was his trick?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He was short, stocky, Newfie, and angry.
The trick to bears is you just got to be quicker than the person in front of you.
Yeah,
that's right. 100%. That's right.
Steer them into a tree or something real quick.
I mean, I'm for moose in the wild, but not so much for bears. Like, we used to have moose walk up into our front yard and like up next to our kitchen window and shit. It was pretty cool.
Where's that? Where was that?
Out in Newfoundland. We used to live in a place called Langdon's Cove, and we doubled the population. There was 4 of us, and we doubled the population. That's how small it was. But I could literally watch out my back window. Like, I could be doing the dishes in my kitchen, watching out my back window, and I could be watching the whales jump in the water while moose were walking through my backyard.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is kind of cool.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, it was super secluded. The thing about Newfoundland is it's super affordable. Like, I mean, my house cost me $15,000 cash.
Yeah.
Fully furnished, 4 bedrooms, office. The only thing I had to do was buy food and plug in my TV. And literally, that was it. When we moved in, I paid $15,000. But the thing is that too, and I had to travel at least 40 minutes for my groceries and my gas and stuff like that. I had to have a half a tank at all times. We were, super secluded. Ambulances didn't come out there. Sometimes they didn't even plow out there. Like, it was brutal. We lived right in between the ocean and a mountain, and it was something else. Yeah, we lived right in Nicky's Nose, right in between Harry's Harbor, Nicky's Nose, and Langdon's Cove is where we lived. And
beautiful, but too difficult, right, to actually.
Well, I think if you have the right mindset to be out there, like for me, when we first moved out there, originally we were supposed to own our own home, which was the one in Harry's Harbor, which was on the side of a hill. We had 1 acre, a 100-foot hill. Our house was on the side of it. We could have built a cabin right on the top. And then we could have marketed that because we lived in Iceberg Alley. And then we had another piece of property that I bought for $8,000. It was 4 acres, a giant hill, a house that was getting ready to be torn down. But the person that built it, they redid the inside of the house, but they didn't fix any of the structure. So everything material-wise inside was perfect for us to build a couple of little cabins or whatever. And you could literally spit into the ocean from this piece of property.
Wow,
paid $8,000 for it. Yeah, it was insane. I think we sold both of them for $32,000.
Wow.
When we left. Yeah, it was crazy. And here we're paying like the house that I sold here. I sold it for $145,000, and when it was resold by the guy who bought it from me, he sold it for $314,000 cash. Doesn't even have a fucking basement in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. Real estate's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Yeah.
Some shit. No worries.
Watching the comments and stuff, so you see me looking down. I've already done rolling my dubs, so I can't blame.
I'm twisting my head.
So
how far?
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just wondering how far into the conversation you guys had gotten. Had you talked about toxin or screw or kiss tribute or anything like that yet?
No, I haven't even.
Nature and what we did on the weekend, pretty much.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good. I didn't miss any of the dirt. Awesome.
Well,
right
on that note, tell us a little bit about it. Right?
Yeah, spin the wheel, pick a band, and go.
Yeah, pick a band. Wow.
Well,
I mean, I won't say the C word, not that C word, the other C word that's put everybody in. It's pretty quiet. No Kiss tribute stuff because we were so looking forward. We do the Kiss CF Goodbye every year. It's a cystic fibrosis charity show. We do it at the Opera House in Toronto because my Paul Stanley's daughter has cystic fibrosis.
Oh.
So it's usually a really good show. Like he'll line up some really great tributes, and Kiss will be the last tribute, and we got the huge stage and we got the beautiful lights and everything, and that happens every September. But now we're going to be, looks like 2 years now we haven't been able to do it. So that's our biggest thing, and of course no traveling gigs, that was the biggest thing I love about playing and doing the Kiss tribute, especially, is travel. You know, we've been to Saskatoon, we've been to New Brunswick, and you know, all parts. I love the travel. It sort of takes me back to the road days when I was touring, because I miss that. I wouldn't do it now the way I did it then, and living in the hotels and out of suitcases and stuff. But the travel's fun, and you know, most of the tribute bands I do, we travel all over the place. You know, so I miss that part of it, and I enjoy that, because it's, you know, we turn it into a mini vacation, right? I'll bring the wife.
Yeah.
Even we went out to New Brunswick, and we drive our gear out in a rent-a-van, and then I brought the car. We bring the dog, man. So there's pictures on my Facebook of me and the dog. And if you see, I don't have it handy, but I've got my Simmons makeup on, and we're in the stadium, and I got my dog in my arms, and she has the reverse Gene Simmons makeup. So I'm the God of Thunder, and she's the dog of thunder.
Amazing.
Yeah, so you know, and then we did the whole East Coast. We went down, and then we crossed into Maine and stayed overnight in Maine, and then came down through Albany, New York, and came back up through Buffalo and back to Toronto and Barrie. Right.
That's a nice tour.
Yeah, I really miss that, because playing is great, but you know, you're older and you want to kind of enjoy things, you know, the nature and scenery, and you know, the whole experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I really miss. And I mean, I miss gigging. I'm a live musician. I love playing. So not being able to play, a part of me is dying. I mean, so many of us, right? You can only do so much internet, you know, recording and getting together with people and writing stuff through, you know, sending tracks. And I've done a bit of that, but I need to play, man. I need to be, you know, playing. So
yeah, I'm like you 100%. Even with this show, I prefer to like come right to your house. We shoot it off your back deck while we have beers and barbecue, you know? And like, as fun as this is, it's like, man, I fucking can't wait to just go to somebody's house and interview them, you know, or have them come here, right? And
I actually got a nice deck. I can't wait, man. I got a nice deck. We just moved into this house in November. It's a 66-year-old house. You can see behind me, sort of the garage here.
Yeah.
Sort of a man
Yeah, it's nice.
We got a beautiful deck, and I could fit a small band on there, no problem, and fit some people. So I'm like just dying for things to open up, and then I'm going to have something happen.
Oh,
and above me, a loft. We have a loft above me where the old owner of this house told me that he had 30 people up there. I'm like, I don't know about that, man, but you know, I'll try it.
Sounds like a challenge to me.
So yeah, I'm so waiting for live to happen in any capacity, right?
Yeah.
I've got my fingers crossed. Like, Texas is open almost up for July 10th. I'm hopefully going to be down there, maybe, and then Montreal the end of May. I'm crossing my fingers. This will be the third time I've planned it, and they keep locking us down, right?
Well,
no
Quebec's rules are a lot. Yeah, but Quebec's rules are a lot different than our rules.
True, right?
They got curfew, right?
I think 9:30. 9:30 is their curfew right now.
Yeah, that's insane.
You know, Cassandra, Janice is saying that she misses it all, and I agree. She and I met in the mosh pit. I do music biography. So all the little articles and the profiles and stuff that I do, usually I'm writing them right from in the middle of the mosh pit. So it's really hard not being able to do this.
Yeah,
I can identify with you, you know, like being a live musician. I'm a live writer. I want to be smashed around while I'm writing my articles. You know, I mean, writing the article on the train at 6 a.m. the next day, I mean, it's fun. It's great. Like, I'm still kind of feeling it. But I mean, it's so much more fun to write the article right from the side of the stage, because I'm feeling it at that moment.
When you try to read it back after, you go, what the hell is that word? Because your pen went like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Thank God for notes on my Facebook, right? And pen recorders. Pen recorders help a lot.
Yeah, for sure. What I'm really pissed off about, though, is I got tickets to Rammstein in Montreal. So they canceled the show. And now it's like, are they going to do it this year? It'll be 2 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting on
Heavy Montreal is a fucking fantastic festival too, man. I have not been personally yet, but yeah, I was like yourself. I had tickets. We're going to Heavy Montreal, and canceled, man. It was like my heart sunk. I was like, no,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
And Ramstein is a whole week. Have you ever watched the slow-mo setup of their stage? It takes
no.
a
It's
week.
insanity.
Yeah, 2 huge cranes they have to bring in.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy, man. There's a
Wow,
time-lapse
eh?
video you can watch on YouTube of their stage setup. It's like,
Yeah, it's
I had
crazy.
that all planned, right? I was going to go to, some of the bagel joints in Montreal, get some smoked meat, and turn it into a little mini vacation, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
And try and book some kiss gigs out there too, and make some
Yeah.
content and stuff. But
I know every
Yeah.
time I've gone there, even last time I drove down, and I drove down Friday, so I left in the morning. I did the interview that night, then pass out, right? You've been up for fucking 20 something hours. You
Yeah.
get up and then you got to drive home. You know?
Yep.
It's tough, but you wouldn't choose anything else, would you?
No,
No.
not at all, man. I wouldn't
My
have it
favorite
any other
office?
way.
No, exactly. My favorite office is the train at 6 a.m. on the way home because, like, I mean, it's what you're still just feeling that rush. You know what I mean? Like, you're still glowing. Nobody has any idea what's going on. You smell like the dirty piss bar you were in the night before, which, like, and people are kind of like looking at you and you're like, whatever, like you're in your glory. We were actually talking to Johnny No Cash about that. We're talking about the coalition in Toronto before it closed. And the week I was saying the weekend before it closed, this is how you know you're in one of the best dive bars in the city too, because I was there for both nights the weekend it closed. And the Friday night, I watched some drunk guy yak so bad next to the wrestling game, which is over by the sidebar by the bathrooms. So, like, I watched that happen. I go in the bathroom. It's actually the night that I met Krista from Lutharo. I go in the bathroom. Glasses all over the back of the toilet seat. It's just like, you think men's bathrooms are disgusting. Women's bathrooms are fucking terrible.
Yeah,
right?
I've heard.
So I go back to my hotel room. I pass out. I wake up the next day. I go shopping. I get ready. I go back to the coalition. I watch the fucking security guard pick up a garbage can and put it over top of the puke from the guy the night before.
That's good.
I go to the bathroom to put my lipstick on, and there's all the glasses are still on the back of the toilet. Oh, my heart. But those are the things you miss.
Yeah.
Those are absolutely the things you miss, and No Cash was saying that. He's like, above all, it's not the people, it's not anything. He's like, I miss the smell of piss with incense over it before you walk in. And I know I laughed about it too. I was like, that's disgusting and ridiculous, but it's so fucking true.
It is, though.
The plastic covered bathrooms where they just turn a hose on and drain it. Split the bleach. Just pour the bleach everywhere and just hose it down.
Put the lighter over the smoke alarm so the sprinkler goes off so it cleans the bathroom.
Yeah. First time I went to a venue back home in Georgia there, I think it would have been in Augusta, and you walked into the bathroom and it was a trough. There wasn't even urinal.
Yeah.
It was just a fucking trough.
I've seen that a lot.
Just squeegee whatever into that. Fuck, you're good to go, right? Place is clean.
I've seen that a lot. I used to run...
Maple Leaf Gardens used to have that.
Oh, yeah. The trough, eh?
I got to
special occasions.
Right? It's kind of weird. You're in there, you're watching a hockey game and there's full-grown drunken adults and then there's little kids, like they're seeing all the peckers hanging out and stuff. I'd be a little, I'd be like, hang on a sec. Okay, I'm coming in. And you fucking put their shit away because I want my kid fucking scarred, or else I'm gonna fucking stick you in there.
Yeah. I hear it. It definitely was fucking weird standing in there, and you take a piss. Some dude just stands right beside you. Hey man, like high five. Fuck. What do you do, right? Like,
you can't go. You can't go, right? So,
it's funny because the women's bathroom is always grosser than the men's bathroom, but the men actually are in closer quarters than the women. And, I've come out of the bathroom. I've been fortunate enough to get into like a stall and come out. And there's like women pissing in the sink and women next to them washing their hands in the same sink.
No.
It's fucked. Fucked. It is, I don't know what kind of interview you thought we were going to have, but
While we're talking about this, right?
This is the best. This is the best.
Dirty piss bastards.
Same old, right?
Yeah.
When do we pull the audio excerpts out of this? That's going to be great, right?
Yes, that would be sick. All the little clips.
But I mean, exactly. But I mean, if we're going to reminisce about these things, I mean, we got to be factual about it. Those are the little things that we actually do miss.
Yeah.
You know,
and you know, you got to have a thick skin. You got to love what you do, and you can't let it bother you. It's part of.
That's right.
You know, I tell my grandkids and, you know, the stories. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah. And I can definitely say, being a woman in this industry too, like, I mean, it's definitely a man's world. You have to be thick-skinned as a woman to be in this industry. You have to understand, when you walk into that mosh pit, you might get grabbed. You know, you know, somebody might touch you, and I mean, it's never okay. Like, I'm not saying that at all. It's never okay. I never consent to any of those things. But I also know that if I'm walking into a dirty circle of sweaty, drunk men because I want to be there, chances are those things are going to happen.
Yeah, you know, like they're grabbing and reaching and shit. You're in the mosh pit.
Some of them do. Some of them do.
By the same dudes that are touching you, right? Like,
no, but some of them do. Man. I mean, I'm only 5'5", and like, I mean, I'm this big around. You know what I mean? And men think, oh, well, fuck, she's in here. She must want it. And men think like that. You know, it's weird. Men do think like that. So like,
can't argue with that.
Well, no. So like, I mean, I know being a man, you have to be strong to be in this industry. It is very competitive, and even, you know, being just a person in this industry, it's very competitive. I mean, I'm the only person in North America that does what I do as far as the profile books and coffee table books and Sofa City and stuff. But I mean, I still have competition out there. Promoters think I'm out to take their shows. You know, you know, writers think I'm out there to get their articles or to take their jobs, and I'm like, dude, I own my own shit. I don't need, you know. So it definitely is one of those things. Yeah, exactly, right. But it's definitely one of those industries where you sink or swim, and it's even harder now with the things that are going on because so many of us use what we do as a mental outlet. You know, getting on that stage is that mental outlet, that connection, that energy, that is that thing for us that keeps us going.
Well, that's what I love so much about these bars and these live musics and the pits. No matter who's there, you're all there for the same reason, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're all whether you have a 2-minute conversation with the strangers or you meet new friends while you're there. Like, that's what it's about. It just brings you together. And that's been taken away from us.
I lost a friend recently, Adrian Shaw, who is well known in Toronto, especially at the Rock Pile. He was a special friend. I've known him for 10 years, and this guy, he's not your typical musician. He's just a regular kind of guy. And him and his wife would come out. And I can remember 10 years ago, he showed up. We played a bar in Newmarket, and it was wicked snow, and it was a terrible night. He came out with his wife. It was like, it might have been my birthday or a day or two before. And he brought me a case of beer, and he brought me a Christmas or a birthday card. You know, just little things like that. He recently passed, but I've known this guy for 10 years. So you make connections that, you know, he was a special guy. He tried to kill himself. His wife died, and he actually jumped off a train trestle, and he damaged himself so much. He had steel everywhere. He had a limp now, but we call him Miracle Man. So we do karaoke. We do the heavy metal jam once a week at the Rock Pile. Yeah. And Adrian was there, and you're coming up. You're singing something. I don't care what it is. You want to sing whatever. Just that's the way he was. So yeah, you make connections, you know, and musician connections are great, but you meet real people, and real people connect to music in a way that nothing else, I think, does. You know, maybe art and things like that and writing, but music reaches so deep into the soul, and that's for everybody, right? You don't have to be a musician to enjoy it. So
Well,
That's my
I
philosophy.
No, that gave me goosebumps, man. Woo.
yeah,
That
I
was
was
good.
actually I was gonna add to that. The thing about music that's different from poetry or art or a movie or anything like that is the music that we're all listening to at the exact same time makes us all vibrate on the exact same level. We all
Yeah.
vibrate with the same emotion at the exact
Yeah.
same time, and you don't get that from I mean, sure you get that from art, you get that from but no, you don't.
No.
You
Not the
really don't,
same.
because the
Not the
music
same.
makes you
No.
literally makes you vibrate.
Yeah.
It
Like
literally makes your energy matter, for the sake
you
of a
guys
good
can see.
science pun.
You guys
You
can see
know?
Oh
all
yeah.
this, right? You can see this
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
I'm selling a bit of my old memorabilia stuff because I need the money for the cabin I'm building. So,
Yeah.
but the point is, I know every single one of those records.
Mm-hmm.
I know where I was. I know what I was doing.
Yep.
I remember asking my mom for $12, and I jump on my bike and I drive to Sam the Record Man at Jane and Bloor, and I bought Kiss Alive. And then I wanted $20 for Kiss Alive too, and I had to beg and do all the chores. To me, nothing else, not even reading a book or reading a story, takes me back to that exact point in time. It's just music does.
No, you
Right.
remember every blade of grass you cut to buy that album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or dish you
Speaking of
washed.
which, yeah.
Oh,
And
I
speaking of which, sorry, TJ, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the other day before I took off there to come down to yours and stuff, I was folding up and organizing all my concert shirts, and it took me an extra 2 hours because every time I held one up to fold it, I was like, I remember that.
Yeah.
Put it all nice
Yeah.
and neat,
Yeah.
tucked it away
Yeah.
for until I wear it again, and it was
Yeah.
brings a tear to my eye just to talk about it.
Like
Yeah.
dating myself.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first,
Beautiful.
the first vinyl I did.
No way.
This is if I can see the year on it. No, I can't. I think it's mid '80s. It's in my profile, and I think I sent you guys the link.
Yeah, we'll get
But
that all steered up here after tonight on this thing.
I know where I was. I know the whole story that went into doing this, and so. And I lost these. I hadn't found them, and I accused the wife of throwing all my records out. And then I found them all in the bottom of another box, and it's like,
Yeah.
you guys remember the Fonz? He could never say he was. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry, dear, that I thought you threw my records out. I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, all my records. I know where I was, what I was doing. What I had to scrimp and save to pay for to get them.
Yeah.
And
So, what was the first album you ever bought? What was the first album you ever walked into a store and went, "This is the one I'm gonna buy"?
Look at that. He found it instantly.
Yeah. Mine
gotta
was
be
Dazed
Kiss.
and Confused, the Green album.
yeah,
That was the first album I think the first tape I ever bought, first thing I ever bought was like Pearl Jam 10, but the first CD I ever bought, because I'm more that generation, the first CD I ever bought was Dazed and Confused. So that's awesome that you
and
have
this is
that.
This is the record that changed my life.
That's
Kiss
my
again,
next question.
man.
Our guests are good at this.
And then
Only
I've
the
got
best
one
here,
more.
baby.
I've got one more that
Mine, while he's grabbing that, mine was Far Beyond Driven. Pantera was the first CD I personally ever paid for.
I
What you
have
got
that.
rocking there? What?
this is the album that changed my musical life. This is
Okay,
what
do tell.
Kiss got me into music and knowing that I wanted to play, but
Yeah.
Geddy Lee and these guys made me. I went and seen him, and something clicked. I went, "Oh my fuck, I got to do this. I got to
I say that all the time.
The problem
Oh my
is,
fuck.
I curse this fucking guy, Geddy Lee, for his talent because I'm still trying to fucking copy the guy. He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Well, you're not good. I mean, you are on the show.
It's
Right.
just
See, that's how you work a double negative into a sentence.
Yeah. That's how you know you've made it, bud. You're on the boneyard.
And then
Your career has now reached its peak, right?
you got this record.
Not to pat ourselves on the back or
Yeah.
anything.
You got
Oh,
this one that
sick.
makes you go, "What the
I
fuck?"
remember that one. My
I was made
stepdad
for
showed me
loving
that
you.
one.
I was made for loving you, baby. Remember that disco?
Yeah.
Made you go,
You know,
"What
it's
the fuck?"
funny, a band, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Larlick. I think they're out of Southern California. They're a whole family band.
Yeah.
Lilac, that's it. They did a cover of that song. That's how I found that band. And then I ended up seeing them at the Rock Pile, man, to kind of tie everything in. Fucking
Yeah. They really took the Rock Pile by a fucking storm. They
Fuck, that was a great night.
Yeah. They blew the roof off that place. There's still buzz. Like, then that's fucking 2 years ago.
My buddy Boob came, and his wife Jen actually came. She normally doesn't come to the heavier shows with us or anything, but me and him, when we all went, fuck, we had a great time, man.
Yeah,
fantastic.
They left an impression, man. They left an impression for sure. I guess gotta put a coat on. It's cold.
No problem. I actually got to meet them, shake hands. I got their autographs. We got to have pictures with them and shit. They were all pretty chilled, laid back.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
I also seen OTAP their first time ever in Canada at the Rock Pile. That was fucking a great show too, man.
Fun.
Yeah, I held the door open for her and the guitar player and stuff. Me and the ex at the time, or the lady I was seeing at the time, right? We got to meet the Step Kings. I don't know. I forget who all was there or whatever. Skullface was playing, a local Toronto band. I could probably fuck that up too, right?
Skullfist, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one. Now, since you frequent the Rock Bar, or the Rock Bar, fuck that up too, the Rock Pile. You got to know Walter then, eh?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Walter.
Yeah. That guy's a staple to Ontario concerts, bud. Fuck.
You guys have to know Adrian. You got to know him. Tall guy, bald. You got to know him.
Most likely to see him. Right?
Maybe.
I mean, he passed away, like I said, a few weeks ago, but you would have to have seen him there. He did made in 06, the Maiden tribute that formed because the young guitar player Sebastian was born in 06. Adrian was their Eddie. He'd put on the Eddie stuff and do the Eddie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So many shows there. That's a great spot to fucking have shows, man. Like,
that's my second home, man. Like, I grew up 10 minutes from there in Etobicoke. So when growing up, it used to be a Ponderosa. I used to go there with my mom and, have steak and salad and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a Lone Star or something, steak joint, something, and then the Rock Pile, of course. So that's my stomping grounds, right? Even though I'm in Barrie, I'm down there all the time. Too much, actually.
It's a great fucking spot, though, man. I really enjoyed every show I've seen there. It's kind of like the Opera House is kind of my first concert home, right?
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time there. Used to spend a lot of time there, right?
Yeah. Ryder said the name of that band is Skullfist.
Skullfist? Thank you, Ryder. They were good, man. I met them a few times at a few different shows, right?
Yeah, right on. Yeah, speaking of Ryder, Razor's they're putting out an album or something like that soon, aren't they? Didn't he?
Who's that?
He say that during the interview? Or coming out with an album soon, or
that's coming out soon. Yeah.
I'm sure he'll correct me soon if he's still watching.
Over at Late Night Trouble, who were just on this Friday or watching, I seen Roxanne said hello.
Yeah.
Then my thing froze, so I don't know who said hello after or before, right? So, hello everybody.
So, right
on. We're all on our phones tonight, so no one can read the comments and be like, "Yeah, hey man,"
Well, I've got my phone set up on my light ring, so I'm relatively close, but I don't have any glasses on. I have a pair in front of me.
I can't see. I could read it on the side.
So I can see them. Like my cousin said, I think she just said, just noticed you guys are on. Ryder gave us the name of that band. Kyla said, hello, Boneyard. Kevin said hi. Janice is there. That's as good as it gets. I can't see anymore.
Yeah.
I'm really straining to see, and I don't know how good these glasses are.
So
I can't see that behind the logo. Ryder said he's watching this with, I don't know what it says underneath it because our logo's in the way.
Oh yeah, it'll come down. Don't worry.
I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure.
Tell him to
He was
type
a
a few
blast to
more
have him
things,
show.
and it'll pop down, right?
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about Screw.
Screw. Well, we worked so damn hard, man. We did over 400 shows in like 4 years.
Oh.
Like we were just animals, just freaking animals. But the history of that band is the singer Sam Kiru came up with the name Screw, putting the letters of his first and last name together. So we kind of wanted to revisit the 80s because I toured doing the 80s stuff, and we wanted to revisit that and try to bring some light to it and enjoy a little bit of our youth and so on and so forth. So Sam formed that band, and I joined shortly after he formed it. And then we just worked like dogs, and it's like, okay, so let's do some videos and let's do some songs and try to mix all that in between all the gigs. You know, we're doing some weekends we do 4 shows. We do 2 Rib Fests and we do 2 gigs that night in the town of the Rib Fest. So,
oh wow, that's a lot, man, in one day.
Yeah, crazy busy. And then I'd have tribute bands going, so I was called a band whore because I was so busy. I love to play. Right?
My buddies over in the local punk bands here in Barrie, I can't remember which one it was, so I won't say any names. But yeah, they were like, "Yeah, this is our buddy here. He plays guitar for us, but he's a band whore. You know, he's in like 5 other bands, right?"
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah. I mean, I was doing tributes and Guns N' Roses tribute and my Van Halen tribute and Alice Cooper tribute, and there's been times where it's been a perfect storm where, you know, I was able to book all 3 tributes I was in at the same time in the same gig a day after each other.
Wow.
So, you know, just go. It's my mental release. It keeps me sane. I work a stupid day gig, IT. It's boring. It's, you know, it does nothing for me mentally. It does nothing for me as a challenge. I need my music. I need to play. And, you know, my wife says, if you're not playing, you're a dick. Like, go fucking do something.
That's so awesome. Just go to the fucking garage and play, man. Like, Jesus. I always get, fuck, you play more, you touch your guitar more than me, right?
No, there are women out there like your wife and myself who are like, no, just go play.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll touch you later. Don't worry, right?
Yeah, exactly. You'll get yours. Just go play. You know?
Yeah.
We've been together. I've been married 32 years.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Cheers to that. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, fantastic.
You never hear that anymore. It's always 1, 2 years. Oh, we were together for 5 years. And then
the first thing I said when I met her is I'm a musician. So whatever I do in life that's going to get us, you know, our pay the bills and all that stuff, I have to be what I love. Mm-hmm. So you can leave now. I gave her the chance.
Yeah. At least you were honest right up front.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Some of us know what we're in for. Some of us don't. Some women just cannot handle the lifestyle.
And I mean, I'm a good guy. I don't fuck around on her. I don't need to. Yeah. I'm happy. You know, I'm a granddad now, 3rd time. We just had a grandson in October. I'm happy. Everything's good. I don't need to, you know.
Well, it's a funny thing. People think like so much more probably for you because being with the band, but even with us here, oh, you live a rock star life. You go around. No, I live in my car. I eat alone a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to come home and cuddle, man. Like, and nobody's there when you get back because they got bored because you were gone for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? And fucking
or you get the case of the long distance thing, which makes it difficult too.
Really appreciate my Mimo and Papa. Like, he went away for 28 months and she waited for him. No questions asked or nothing. You know what I mean? And you don't see that anymore, man. To be together 32 years, like you say, fuck, congratulations, man. That's
it's pretty amazing.
That's better than all your music and everything put together, just being together.
And she's with me, right? All the trips we take, she comes with me. She does my Kiss makeup. She's integral to my sanity. She's, you know, she's the other half of, and everybody knows.
Encourages it.
Sabby's going to be there.
Yeah.
Her name's Sabby, so everybody, Sabby's going to be there, but she's not a band chick, right? She's no politics, no nothing. She
Yeah.
doesn't get involved. You guys do whatever. If I'm in a band this week and I'm out of the band next week, who cares? Whatever. It's none of her business. She doesn't have time for that drama.
No, that's perfect.
It works fine, right? It works perfect. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, I
It
can't wait
complements who
to
you already are.
come and barbecue on your deck this summer, man. We'll do a live show and we'll fucking have some burgers, eat some beers.
Yeah. I got the lake. I'm right on the lake too. Like I'm not on the water, but Lake Simcoe is right here. It's 25 feet around the corner. You can swim and do whatever.
Shit, right on, man.
Yeah, it's right there.
Sweet.
So yeah, so like I said, she does my makeup for the Kiss thing because I call it, which I've coined, OKD, obsessive Kiss disorder.
I love it.
Every Kiss fan has it.
Copyrighted.
All their subliminal messages when we were kids. Buy Kiss,
Yeah.
buy Kiss. Kiss is the best. Kiss is number one. So I get so stressed when I'm doing the Simmons makeup. I get my hand over here and I can't do this side of my face. So it's like, fuck it. Just help me do this fucking makeup, right? So
yeah.
So without her, I'm like half a face and fucking my costume's not on. And because I can't do it myself. I can't get in and out of my costume myself. It clips in the back and, you know, it needs two people. So
no, Kiss has a whole army to do their costumes for them. They just stand there and go like this. And it's like fucking Iron Man. The shit just gets put on them. Meanwhile, it's just you and your wife backstage fucking trying to cram it all together, you know.
and it's the toughest gig I've ever done. I've got one friend I grew up with who, you know, we were kids. We used to trade Kiss stuff and we were, you know, Kiss buddies. And he'd always say to me, you know, you're a fucking bass player. You've been playing fucking bass forever. Why are you fucking not doing a Kiss tribute? I'm like, because I suck. I don't look like Simmons. I don't sound like Simmons. I don't act like Simmons. He's a fucking oaf. I love him.
He's one of a kind, though.
He's acting like himself. So I never bothered doing a Kiss tribute, but I'm friends with Destroyer, and my singer, that's Ian in Destroyer, was my Van Halen singer in 5150. And then Steve Stanley was also their singer, and he was my singer in 5150. So all the circuit, right? All the friends. And I'm hanging out with Destroyer all the time. And it's like, you know, enjoying it. I'm reliving my youth. And then I get a phone call from, I used to work at IBM as a team leader there in many moons ago.
Yeah.
And one of the people that I made friends with was a bass player. And he gives me a call out of the blue and he says, I got a buddy looking to do a Kiss tribute. I'm like, he goes, and they're looking for a Simmons. And I figured, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll give it a shot. You know, and it's almost 10 years now. I think it's probably 9 years since we formed that. So, but I'm still critical. I still think, you know, Kiss fans are brutal, but Kiss tribute bands are even worse.
Oh, I could only imagine, man.
They tear each other apart, man. It's so I'm on stage trying to beat Simmons, and I know I'm failing, and I'm thinking, who's out there judging me? Who's out there reporting that I suck? You know, who's telling who? Right? But what really bothers me is I've been playing bass since, you know, I was a teenager, so a long time. You're only as good as your last gig. Well, the last few gigs have been Kiss gigs. So it's like, oh, you're that Kiss guy. You're that Simmons guy. Rock and roll over, right? I'm like, yes, for fuck's sake. I've been fucking recording. I've done videos. I've toured this country. I've been on the radio. I've been on TV. But I'm the Kiss guy. For fuck's sake. So that's why I hate doing, you know, I sometimes hate doing the tribute thing because
it distracts people from what not your real projects. Obviously, Kiss is a huge passion of yours, right? But what you really want to be known for, they're not even acknowledging that in that sense, eh?
I'll be honest with you. I do the Kiss thing for the money.
Yeah. Hey, we're all hurting. You know, like not hurting, but
we're all doing something for the money.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's call a spade. We all do something for the money.
It's such a tough gig. It's the toughest gig I've ever done. And I have to give Kiss credit. you know, when you think about it, okay, so I've got to wear this costume. I've got to walk around in these boots, and the costume is hot as hell. You can't breathe. I've
No.
got to sing, and I've got to mimic this guy. I consider myself sort of, if I can make an analogy to sort of like Wayne Gretzky. When I'm on stage, I know everything that's happening. I know where everybody is. You know, I know who's fucked up and who's
Yeah.
gonna come up with this part. And I'm giving everybody the evil eye, and I'm sort of like the daddy of it all. So I'm doing my part. I'm doing my choreography. I'm doing my harmonies. I'm doing all the moves. I'm playing bass and the whole thing, and not fall over. And by the time I'm done, 75 minutes, 90 minutes, I'm exhausted because my brain is just overloaded, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the toughest game.
Oh, you're cutting out, honey.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Might have to refresh real quick.
Oh, there he is.
There we are.
There we go. He's back, baby.
My Ric Flair just went off as soon as you said that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
My phone notification is Ric Flair, so sometimes when people say things and he goes, woo, at the right time, it's so funny. He's my birthday twin, so I figured it was just appropriate for him to be my notification thing.
Limousine riding, jet flying, blonde kissing.
Yeah, alligator shoe wearing. I know that. Woo! He was the original trash talker, baby.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
So while we're talking wrestling,
I love wrestling.
Back in the day when it was WWF, I guess it was when they they had to fucking change it. Who was your like favorite wrestler, man?
Jimmy the fucking Superfly Snuka.
That's a good choice.
We haven't had him yet.
Yeah, bro.
We haven't had him yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite.
Well,
and then of course, you know, Roddy Piper, you know.
Yeah.
But I really got into NWO when they went over to WCW. I stopped watching, and then I hooked into that, man, and I just beat that up. I love that so much.
NWO, was that the new one with Hogan and them, or
Hollywood Hogan when he had the black?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so good, so good.
That's awesome.
I'm going to attempt to open these.
Right? So it's always fun to hear what's still going on and who's still wrestling and who's not.
Of course. Oh wait, hang on. Where is he? Give me 1 sec. Hang on.
Oh, well, he's grabbing that. This Friday, guess what comes out, baby?
What?
Midnight Trouble's fucking release.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
You were supposed to say that. You weren't supposed to say what?
Well, I'm trying to break out. I'm trying to break out of handcuffs right now.
That's awesome. Is that a WWF fucking
Bret Hart?
Cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. I should probably wait to smoke this roach.
Fantastic.
Reek this house up. Don't want to do that.
Bret Hart was another one of my
awesome. He was cool, man. Our buddy Joey there.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart, British Bulldog. Yeah.
British Bulldog. I kind of like that guy too a fair bit. George the Animal Steel was another one of my dad's favorites because he'd eat the turnbuckle and shit, right?
Well, here's a cool story for you. When I was touring, we were playing in Thunder Bay. You guys remember Sweet Daddy Siki?
Uh-huh.
Sweet Daddy Siki. He was touring with us, but he was singing rock music. So there's this, here's a black guy, but he's got white hair singing rock music in the same circuit that I'm playing with my 80s bands, right? So we walk into the bar to check out the band in town that week because we had a couple of hours ago. It's a fucking wrestler. That's fucking Sweet Daddy Siki. What the fuck's he doing on stage singing? Holy fuck. So his son is a drummer. So his son was, I guess, auditioning and playing in a couple of bands. His son's a metal drummer. Really good. So I run into Sweet Daddy Siki at what the hell's the bar? The Duke on the Danforth. Or sorry, it's Queen Street.
Queen Street, yeah.
In Scarborough.
Cool.
Like so and Sweet Daddy Siki does karaoke there on Saturday before the band starts. So I walk into the bar, I go, holy fuck, Sweet Daddy Siki. I go, dude, I saw you like in Thunder Bay, right? So now every time I see him, he's like, hey, how's it going? You know, so
That's awesome.
Sweet Daddy Siki spinning fucking karaoke tracks.
Yeah. He's opening for you guys on the karaoke machine. Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
Pretty much. Like half an hour before we start, he's packing up his stuff. He's just finishing.
Fuck, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
That's fabulous.
Absolutely. I love how it, like, backstage we were like, okay, we're gonna give you a brief rundown. Here's how everything's gonna go, and not one fucking thing that we told you we were gonna talk about have we talked about. I have to say, this is by far, like, we have like probably our top 5 interviews. Like, our interview with Sam Crowley and Chris Campbell was up there. Our interview with Ryder Johnson from Razor was up there. This Saturday's interview with Ryan Miller from Threat Signal and Badger Milk and Damon Gray, and there's another one. He's gonna kick me if I don't remember.
I was gonna say my
oh my god, it's right there. I can't. But Roxanne Paris was on the show. Gaia was on the show. I have to say, this is absolutely one of the best interviews we have had. If not, I put it on the top for sure. Danny Echo was another one, but like, yes, absolutely. This is a fantastic interview. It's nice and relaxed. It's nice and chill, nice and comfortable. The stories are good. Lots of laughs. Yeah, for sure. We have to do this more than once with you, for sure.
Yeah,
man, we need fucking Monday.
I'll fucking drive to wherever the hell you guys are just to fucking do it, just to go somewhere.
Dude, I'm only.
Oh yeah, you want to come in with us on a Saturday night?
Man. Yeah, I'll fucking come out. Yeah, and we'll interview somebody else.
And you know what?
Hey, maybe I can convince Ryder to come out for that night.
Well, you're only an hour away from me, eh? I'm up in Meaford. Meaford.
Okay, yeah, Meaford. Yeah.
So.
I'm in Niagara Falls.
Okay, yeah. Fuck, I drive to Niagara Falls, man. I love it down there.
Well, we can carpool for sure, because if you're in-house, I might as well be in-house, and we'll fucking get pizza, we'll get some drinks, smoke, and laugh.
You guys are going to have to stop in Kitchener, though.
I know.
Oh, yeah, we'll get chicken wing pizza. Definitely.
Oh, sounds
Zappy's
good.
Pizza since 1971.
Thanks, Josh. Oh, yeah, Snake River Redemption. Josh would be pissed if we didn't mention them.
I thought that was going to be, I thought that would be your favorite interview, would be with the Snake River.
Oh my God, man. I laughed until I peed. I had to get up and go to the bathroom. I laughed until I peed. They are the funniest bunch of motherfuckers. Like, and I even had to ask Genny and Jay. I was like, how do you two do it? And I just pointed at Josh. I was like, how have you been a serious rock band since 2014 when this is your fucking guitar player? Like, how do you do this? And then, oh my God, Josh makes me laugh. He's one of my favorite people.
That's probably what keeps the band together, right? Is you gotta be able to laugh, man, because this fucking business is shit at sometimes, right?
Oh yeah.
As we said earlier, it will chew you up and fucking spit you out real quick if you're not prepared, you know?
Yeah, you can't be. You can't take yourself too seriously. I definitely don't.
No.
Nope.
And that goes back to
can't take anyone else seriously, for that matter, when it comes to this industry either. Sometimes
had, quite a few bands text me, "What are your questions?" So I laughed, and Amanda and I were sitting around the round table discussing how we're going to run the show and do this and that. And I bring up the point, hey, all these bands are bugging me about fucking questions, right? So she's like, well, write down 5 questions. I said, perfect. And then we were not going to ask a single fucking one of them during the interview. Yeah, right? Like, that's not how the show works, man, right?
Doing it. And that's exactly how we've been doing it. It's been fantastic. But I mean, I can't say we've had we have maybe one bad show, but it's not that it was a bad show. It was just sound issues and
technical
timing.
difficulties made it terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like, I mean, we had one show where like we probably could have done it a bit better.
I will say, I will put myself out there. That Wednesday show you had with the band out of Orangeville, and I rushed home from work. Yeah, discarded. So I sit down.
That's
I'm
the
like,
show I'm talking about.
Live. First thing I did was kick over my fucking beer. So now I'm doing this. And then I just start talking while they're in the middle of a conversation. The wind's blowing, fucking my mic up. I'm like, I just ruined the whole interview, man. Like, I should have just fucking drank in the background and watched the show, right?
That's the show I was talking about, TJ.
Yeah. That would be our worst show ever, I would say, personally.
Yeah.
Right?
That's probably the only bad show that the two of us have had since we've been together.
That was a couple weeks ago, actually. Not even that long ago.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah, he's out of
the
Orangeville.
Discarded are out of Orangeville.
Yeah.
They're a father and 2 sons. Yeah. They're fantastic. They're one of the best bands I've heard. They're actually in Sofa City Sounds, the next one coming out. Yeah, they're fantastic, man. I highly recommend them. If you like a good punk rock party band that just doesn't give a shit, they're definitely, seriously, they're definitely good. You know, like they have great influences.
Too.
Oh, their live performance is amazing. I've seen them a few times.
Like, okay, I'll name drop. How about a bunch of fucking goofs?
That'd be cool, man. No, I've never. I'm looking them up though.
I saw their Facebook page. I think their Facebook page is reactivated, so there may be some sort of a renaissance happening with them. But they're a big Toronto punk band called Bunch of Fucking Goofs.
You know what? I think they're on the list. I think they're on the list that you and I made up of bands. Like we made a list up of 500 bands, and then we checked off all the ones that we both knew. Both of us knew those bands, and I'm pretty sure they were one of the bands on the list. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you.
They would have been on your list. I've never heard of them, I know for sure, right? I would remember that name.
There's so many good independents out there.
This is 80s.
Okay,
80s, 90s Toronto punk, and then I think, like I said, I think there's a resurgence happening.
My buddy Dan would know them for sure. He's
Joel would know them too. Okay, I managed to open these things 3 times before we went live. Now you think that I can get these fucking handcuffs open? No, this is only the beginning. I'm learning how to walk on machetes too.
Oh,
that's not.
We had a guy come out. We did a show in. I don't know. We played it. We went to Niagara Falls. Me and Sam Screw. And we partied with some buddies, and we rented a hotel room, and there was a guy there. I forget his damn name. I think he's out of London, but he's like a body circus show.
His name is Chris Campbell. Phoenix Fire.
No, I don't know, something. But we were in our
Chris might know.
We were in our hotel room, and he brought out the nail and drove it into his nose. And
Chris would know him.
Stapling $5 bills to his head and stuff. Is like,
I feel like that's Phoenix Fire. I feel like Phoenix Fire would have done something like that, but it could have been somebody that he knows.
Yeah.
But we were just partying in the hotel room, and he was somebody's friend.
Showed up. Look what I do.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be Chris. Chris wouldn't just do that. That's got to be the other
he
guy
would
for sure.
So
he would.
I was trying to do a show where we would get him to come out and do an opening for Screw, and have him do like a half an hour set. But I mean, it just never came to be. But I'd still like to do something like that.
We can make that happen.
We know a few people in that industry for sure.
Maybe like a burlesque show, 15 minutes in between the band sets, comedians. Just do something, a whole night of entertainment, not just music, but all kinds of stuff, right?
Everything. When I seen Avatar in New York, my buddy Boog and I drove across the border and went and seen that show. The shirt's right over there. I just seen it the other day. That's why I remember it. And they had that was the first time I seen up close and personal. The dude kind of did the same thing. He was a half man, half woman. And he stapled stuff to him. You could staple stuff to him if you paid. You had the wheel that you could spin, and then it had different things that he would do if you landed on the wheel. You know, the nail in the nose, he'd swallow a sword. Fuck, it was kind of cool. And then we seen. Go
if
ahead.
we did something like that, I think that'd be a good show. And the other, if you saw my toxin video, Crumble the Clay, the girl, the star that's in there, her name's Erica Furness, and she has a whole troupe they do this whole flame show, and she travels all over the world doing that. And I was like, I want to get her involved and just set up like some really cool event, you know, with all kinds of talent. So, but sometimes just watching bands is boring.
No, it is though. Like you go, you see the band, and they just put on some fucking shitty music in the background, and then the next band comes out. It's nice to be able to go grab a beer, watch something else, you know, see whether there's a dude doing magic or, you know, something, right? I gotta let this dog in. He's just fucking howling at this door. I'll be right back.
So
Go ahead, Amanda.
We're coming up. Yeah. We're coming up on an hour. I mean, we don't have to stop just yet, but we are coming up on an hour, and we haven't asked you where we can find all your stuff. Where can we find you?
Depends on which me you're looking for.
All of you. Every one of you.
Kiss Tribute on Facebook is Rock and Roll Over Kiss Tribute Canada, because there is a Rock and Roll Over out of the States, and they're very good. But we chose that name because we wanted to be era specific. So we picked After Destroyer, Before Love Gun. So we're that rock and roll over era of Kiss, where the costumes and so on and so forth. So Rock and Roll Over Kiss Tribute Canada. That's for the Kiss Tribute. Toxin again on Facebook. I had websites for everything, but I find social media is better. Facebook, because I can interact, I can chat, I can answer questions, I can drop links. So anything that I do is on Facebook first and foremost.
Okay. I can't hear you, honey.
Hold on, he'll be back.
Can't get
There he goes.
Fucking handcuffs either. No, he's gone. I can't hear.
Facebook, Screws on Facebook, SKROU, Toxin again, Facebook, POXS, same thing, same handles. What else? That's primarily it, I think.
Okay, good stuff. Good to know. Good to know. And do you have any? I can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
I can kind of, but not really.
It's faint.
Okay. Well, somebody's breathing.
I can hear that dog snoring.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get him away from me, but he's like 210 pounds, so he's a little hard just to push out of the way. You want my fucking beer? That's what it is. Come over here, Doug.
Project that I'm trying to work on, and maybe the community can help out.
Lay down.
Yeah.
Get up there. Get up there.
I can't hear you, honey.
Hang on a second. So what I'm trying to do is, Shiba Wasp. Yeah, you can hear me cool. Okay. I remake that, and I'm trying to get Chris Holmes to play guitar.
Chris Holmes to play guitar.
Yeah, so I'm talking to his wife, and I'm not having any success. She's his agent, so I'm not having any success getting him to play guitar with this. It's like industrial rock version of Love Machine, so it's a 2020 remake. It's not an old remake. So if you hear my talks and stuff, some different influences there. So if anybody knows Chris Holmes, to email me or hook me up with this guy. I can't get in touch with him. I just wanted to play guitar in the damn thing. I've been trying for 2 years. I'll
do some digging, but hopefully the people out here, someone's bound to know this guy, right? So we'll do everything we can to make sure he gets in touch with you or vice versa, right?
Anybody that's listening, he's over in France, right? He moved, so he's not in North America anymore. And he was supposed to tour Rockpile, and obviously I know, we didn't meet him then, but that's been canceled because of the word. So, but it's like, dude, just play guitar in this track, man. I'll send you the tracks. It's easy. I could get
Oh,
I emailed him, no answer, right? So if I could bring the two Oscar brothers back together, oh man, that would be killer.
that would be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the track is on. You can hear the demo. I've actually remade the demo 4 times because I'm so critical of what I do. I try different ideas. It's actually on SoundCloud. So if you go to SoundCloud and you check out Toxin, you'll find my Love Machine. There's like 4 demos over the last 6 years, I think. 5, 6. It's just I've been waiting and just rewriting and changing, and I write really slowly because I'm so picky.
Yeah, no, we're our worst critics, man. Like, I know I've been
Oh,
sitting
I'm
on
a
my
professional
single
writer. I get it.
Yeah,
for a year now.
I won't release something just to fill a record out. If I don't dig it, it doesn't get released. So.
Yeah, I'm the same way with my writing. I'm really sucking with these handcuffs right now, guys.
Really struggling, are you?
Oh, man. Not in a good way either. I did it 3 times before we started this interview, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to keep practicing. I'll just keep breaking them open. The first time I did it, I dropped them on the table. I was like, yeah! My daughter was like, Mom, you know that's a glass table, right?
It almost broke it.
Yeah, oh, I was so excited. So excited. Now I can't fucking do it to save my life, probably.
Chris did it in like 3 seconds or whatever. We got to work Monday morning, and Q Dog was like, who the fuck did we have on the show on Saturday? I don't tell him nothing. He normally runs the behind the scenes stuff, but being Easter, I didn't even bug him to do it, right? So we're trying to do it. But he was like, that guy ate a light bulb. That guy swallowed a razor blade. That's all he talked about all day at work, man. He's like, I can't believe I seen that.
I'm like, oh yeah, these are my friends.
Yeah. Another day
Q
on the
Dog's
show,
like,
right?
I don't fucking know what I got myself into running the show for you guys.
No, I know. He's definitely questioning his decisions. That's for sure.
Yeah, we make people question things.
Well, fuck,
I don't feel bad.
It's been an honor. I gotta say,
Absolutely.
man, you're right. This is definitely in one of the top shows. I've smiled and laughed.
Oh yeah,
I've had a fucking
100%.
fantastic time. Yeah.
100%.
I was all in a panic because I was up at my piece of property, which is 4.5 hours north of me, and it's like, okay, we gotta leave because I gotta get back. And I was bush guy, like before you saw me, I was bush guy with the beard and everything, and I had to get shave, find a hat. Like, okay, I got a hat. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Well, when we were shooting the shit, you're like, I'm way the fuck up north, bud. I know exactly what that means. My work takes me all over Ontario. We go way up there as well, right? And I'm like, we might not have an interview tonight. Just thinking, you get. I know how it is. You get up there, you're doing your shit, you finally get packed, you hit the road, you got to stop 3-4 times on that kind of drive, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, we'll see. I appreciate you. Not rushing, but making sure you were home and good to go. An honor, man.
I'm glad I could not be the boring old, so I did this, and when I play 64th note, I go and I
yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that.
You know what's awesome?
No, you are a fucking blast for sure to be on the show.
We 100%. Really haven't had a guest do that yet.
I look
good. We haven't. Yeah, I was gonna say that looks awesome.
We've all been playing so long, right? You gotta have there is a certain amount of ego that goes with it. You keep it in check, but the ego also serves as your confidence, right?
Yep.
So you get up there and you know your experience and you know you've done what you've done, so you can have the ego, keep it in check. So I didn't want to talk about.
No, this is perfect. I couldn't ask for a better show, man. This was fucking fantastic.
No, I definitely want to put you at the table with us, like, as soon as we can. As soon as we can, I want... Yeah, 100%. I want to bring you in for a Saturday night.
Grab you and the old lady.
Said, yeah, for sure. But that being said, before we kick the world out of this interview and keep you to ourselves for the next 10 minutes, is there anything you want to tell anybody before we get rid of them?
Fuck you.
No, that's not very nice, TJ.
No, I know. Hey, he's got the hat though.
I know. Fuck you very much. That's such a great hat, dude.
That is.
No, you know what? I just want to play, man. Just fucking hang in there. I know some people are having hard times.
Yeah.
And just connect, right? This is great. This is, for me, mentally has done so much. Just I'm in my music community, right? New friends, new experiences, which means as soon as the fucking gates come down, we got new people to meet, new places to go, new gigs to work on, right? So, you know, if you're feeling bad and down because you're not playing, well, connect with somebody. Do something like this, right?
Yeah. Talk to us.
I had a smile on my face. I didn't have a smile on my face an hour ago. I was like, fuck,
no.
Home, fucking traffic. I'm happy. This is great.
Tonight
right?
made me realize why we do this show. You know what I mean? To see that smile on your face and to see everyone laughing. And we're still technically promoting our shit in that sense, even though we didn't talk about a fucking thing you really do. But hey, people know
we had a blast.
So
who cares? We had a blast.
and
now people are going to want to know more. So
keep them wanting more, right?
Oh, absolutely. And on that note, sorry, go ahead.
Hold on. So they know I'm a bass player and a singer.
Excellent, man.
I love how you waited until an hour 10 and 59 seconds to tell the world that. And on that note, I'm getting rid of everybody and keeping you to ourselves for the next little while.
Play loud, play proud, baby.
Absolutely.